Hello everyone, welcome in my automation channel. Okay, so in the last session, we already learned about what is TestNG. What is the definition of TestNG, and what is the benefit of TestNG, and why the TestNG is more beneficial for the automation testing. Okay, I just brief about the last session. So TestNG is basically for the next generation testing framework, and this is basically for Java based. So people must have some programming knowledge or programming background of the Java. And no, not for the advanced, but you should have little bit knowledge of the programming concept with the help of any language. But we prefer here Java because TestNG is developed with the help of Java language. So now the moving forward, how to write in the TestNG framework. Okay, and how to use the TestNG framework in your automation script so that you can execute easily and systematic ways. This is very important. So, so here I tell you the writing steps. So TestNG framework, with the help of that, you can develop a business logic under the TestNG environment. You need to insert some TestNG annotation in your code. So annotation, I tell you, there are multiple annotation. Annotation nothing but just applying some tag. With the help of that, you can writing down your test cases. Test case is nothing but a business logic. In the manual test cases, you're writing the test steps and actual result, expected result. Okay, the same way you can implementation of the manual test cases in the test engine environment. So, but in the programmatically, you need to add some annotations. Annotations, I tell you the different kind of annotation. This is each and every annotation have the different role to playing out your writing the test cases and executions. So, and in the test engine environment, you need to create one testng.xml file. This XML file have with your class name, methods, groups. So with the help of that, you can execute your program easily. And simply right click and select TestNG, and then you can execute your test script. So I tell you the different kind of annotations. So one by one I tell you this is very important to learning of the annotation first before suite. So before suite annotation will be run before all tests in this suite have run. Means if you utilize your in your program before suite means you are restrict to the system key first execute of this particular line of code before executing the main method, and every before suite have must have the after suite. Okay, the after suite means the method will run after all test in the suite have run all test. Same way before test. Before test annotation will be run before any test method belonging to the classes inside the tag. Same way after test. What is your calling out to the before test? The same things you need to calling out after test. Suppose starting the browser and then that starting the browser annotation will calling into the before test, and after test closing the browser or quit the browser. Okay, same way grouping before grouping the list of group that this configuration method. Okay, so this is very important, and also some discuss well, like the before class is very important. This notation method will run before the first test method in the current classes. Be remember first test method in the current class. Same way after class the annotator method will run after all the test methods. Before method will be calling before each test method. Okay, each test method means suppose login method. You want to log in, log out. Okay, this will be performing after each and every test cases. Suppose log into the system and execute some part of that functionality, and then you want to log out. So log into the system, then execute some test cases, and then log out. This will call one test cases. So on that case, you need to use before method and after method. And if you log into the system, and the what action need to be performed, the action need to be performed under the test annotation. This is most important. And in the test annotations, you can implementation the main test cases. Suppose you log in credential, you want to verify some button working fine or not. You want to verify some, different functionality. Suppose if you are using the e-commerce site, so first log into the system, then you want to search some item. An item may be any category, mobile and TV, any other garments. So what kind of searching then you need to mention under the test annotations. After login, you need to find out some gadgets, add to cart, and then sign out. Okay, so in the sign out or checkout, you need to pay something as per the rate of the particular items. And then you need to log out. So before method and after method is very helpful to you to execution of your TestNG program. So I tell you one example of the TestNG. See, in the particular program, you can see if you are familiar with the Java, then you can understand easily what it is calling out here. So you can see the test parameter, this test annotation. This is called annotation. Under this annotation, you are calling simple one method. You want to add to integer. So here calculator is the class name. We are just calculator is the object name of that class. Okay, under the object we are initializes two variable num1 num2 have been the value passed, and if you are passing the expected result, then you need to verifying whether the expected result is matched with the actual or not. Okay, we are here calling the calculator dot add method. Here this is add method. Okay, and that num1 num2. This will add the two number and the result will be stored into the result integer value. Now the result will be stored. Suppose num1 is 5, num2 is 10, then add function means the two number will be added here. 5 plus 10, 15. The 15 will be go to the result, and then we know we have already expected result is 15. So in the manual you have mentioned this is actual, this is a expected. Actual it will come after the executions. And expected, you know the requirement from the BI document. So you should have the storing your expected results. So actual results, and then you need to match with the expected result. The same way we are calling here assert class, and assert equals the method name of the assert class, and result, this is an integer value. Result, we are storing the result actual. Expected result have the 15. Additional result is incorrect. If the match with the actual and expected result will be passed, otherwise result will be incorrect. So this is simple test cases. It's very easily implemented into the TestNG environment without calling any main method of the Java. So this is the beauty of the TestNG framework. So that's why I'm saying this is TestNG. If you are calling a multiple annotation, it will help you to execute your the test cases very sequentially and systematic way, and result will be stored, and you can see the test result into the TestNG framework folder. So in the next class, I will show you how to see the report after execution of the TestNG framework script, and then how to prioritize your test cases using the multiple annotation, how to parameterization of your test cases, how to calling the test data from the TestNG framework, okay, and how to execute your failure test cases, how to execute same test case in the multiple times. So the whole thing I will show you in the next classes. So so I am ending. I'm the closing of this session right now. So sign off. Okay, today and have a good day. And please keep in touch with me. And the next class we will learn more about the TestNG. Thank you very much.